You know, guys, I know there's a lot of people that really dislike it when I blame Sledgehammer Games and the developers for a lot of the terrible things that go on in Call of Duty, and quite often people tell me to blame Activision instead. And while I do blame Activision, there are still times where it is the developer's fault, okay? We're not gonna lie about that. But at the same time, there is a lot of background influence from Activision. And when it comes to Activision, I think we all know who is at the very top of that. Bobby Cosby. Now, by this point, I've already forgotten his actual last name, but I will tell you guys, today being Bobby Cosby's last day with Activision. And I guess by the time you guys are watching this, it was yesterday, so he's gone by now. So if you're Bobby Cosby, right, you're just waking up right now. It's your first day jobless. It is day one of being a normal human being and no longer being CEO of Activision. So you might think Bobby Cosby right now, he's waking up, he's grabbing some coffee, maybe some avocado toast. I don't know what the fuck he eats, but probably some weird shit. You know, there's like red tomatoes on it, he gets like a little piece of salmon on it or whatever the fuck. Nasty shit in my opinion, but he's probably trying to enjoy his day. Maybe he's hopping in his Ferrari, maybe he's gonna go out for a drive, go to the beach, do something, right? Well, unfortunately, he's already gone through several different content creators and news outlets all over Twitter and YouTube and Reddit who are just bombarding him with just messages of thank God he's gone. But over here for the Scatmaster, things are a little bit different, alright? You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very traditional like some of these other content creators. I actually like talking shit, especially to people who deserve shit being talked to them. So today is the roast of Bobby Cosby. Now, we're gonna make this Call of Duty related towards the back half of this video, but I just want to start off by saying, Bobby Cosby, fuck you. You are actually a vile, disgusting piece of garbage filth. Bobby Cosby does not deserve human rights. I don't think he's a human. I don't think he qualifies as one. I think to be a human being, you need to be over like 3 feet tall, first of all. Second of all, your nose cannot look like that. Third of all, your fucking forehead is disgusting. You're fucking competing with Joe Seacott, and that motherfucker, he has a mega mind. That guy actually has an astronaut helmet as a fucking forehead. So if you are competing with him, your life sucks. Next, Bobby Cosby. We call you Cosby at the end of it instead of your actual last name because of exactly what you think. You are disgusting, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, you guys have a mural of Bill Cosby in your own headquarters. And don't get me started about the whole work trip. Don't get me started about all of these allegations about what people are saying about you that you do in the workplace and things that you've said in the workplace to women. I'm not trying to oversympathize out here, but once again, if the Scatmaster is sympathizing with anything, you are doing something horribly wrong. You fucking nasty fat gnome elf bitch, fucking gulag sitting, Joe Seacott defending piece of fucking filth. You are one of the types that actually played MW 2019 and said, oh, this is actually a great experience, you fucking nasty dog shit human vile piece of my fucking ass. You will bow down to the Scatmaster and you will suck my grandfather's dead cock, bitch. If you guys weren't aware, there was a point in time where I actually kind of used to be a normal human being, and it wasn't until I started making YouTube videos about Call of Duty where I started kind of, you know, ramping up the shit talk in real life and in the video game and online. And once I learned a little bit more about Bobby Cosby, it kind of gave me a new perspective of life, a new perspective of the world on just how bottom-feeding people could possibly be. And Bobby Cosby, if you weren't already in the gulag, I would have sent your ass there again via the short bus. But because you are already in the gulag, the only thing that makes sense is to send you somewhere else. Now, if I were disgustingly filthy rich like Bobby Cosby, I'd probably want to do the same thing, right? I have a lot of these accusations, a lot of these scandals right behind me in my report card, a bunch of nasty paper trail shit in my history. I'd probably want to buy my way out of everything, right? I mean, the women that you've harassed in the workplace, all of the developers that you've been a piece of shit to, all the statements about you hating gaming and you wanting to ruin it for the sake of money and all this other bullshit, everything concocted together. If I were you, I'd probably want to pay my way out of there as well. But I'm not you. I'm the fucking Scatmaster, and today the Scatmaster gives you a one-day pardon out of the gulag And instead, we're sending your ass back to Epstein Island via the short bus, you nasty, filthy, garbage piece of vile dog shit. Bobby Cosby, nobody is happier that you are gone than the Scatmaster himself, okay? You are actually like top 10 worst human beings living today. And I mean that past the whole corporate shit, like just on a morale level, you are actual filth. So just like everybody else, I am happy to see you go. Bobby Cosby, you short, big forehead, big nose, no motherfucking piece of dog shit. I have no idea what your lifestyle is like, but if you have kids, God forbid they ever learn about who you are. God forbid they are left with you for more than like 10 minutes at a time in a private setting. There's a reason we don't call you by your actual last name here on the channel. We call you Bobby fucking Cosby. Now you guys might think I'm being a little bit harsh, right? I mean, it's his last day. He just lost his job of like 10 years, even though he chose to leave, and he's taken millions upon millions of dollars with him. But I don't think there's a way to be harsh to anybody who's literally in Epstein's black book of names. I mean, the proof is right there. Now, if somehow you guys aren't familiar with this gentleman right here, I just want to inform you guys that you probably don't want to read up on it, because this guy's been behind some of the nastiest, cruelest bullshit in corporate history, especially when it comes to gaming. I mean, you talk about allegations from women, you talk about abuse, you talk about an abuse of power, you talk about everything that's gone on with Activision since his time with Activision. Now, I don't know all of the background history, but if I'm not mistaken, he's been with Activision for like over a decade at this point. And you can just see his dog shit influence everywhere. I mean, no, this guy's not pulling the strings to get which operator in the game or anything like that with Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage, and getting all of these weird anime hentai bundles for all the virgins out there and all the reverse boosters to use, having them think they're doing something with their life when they're just as pathetic and low as Bobby Cosby. And yes, I mean that. If you reverse boost and post your stats, Bobby Cosby has a special place for you. I'll tell you that much right now. If you support SBMM, if you tried defending it, if you call it a skill issue, if you think the current MW trilogy is actually any good, you're going to Epstein Island with Bobby Cosby, and if you come back, you're gonna be a different fucking person. I'll tell you that much right now. I mean, you look at some of the greatest games that have ever come out from Activision, and you just compare what they used to be to what they are now. You look at Diablo, you look at fucking Crash Bandicoot, you look at Guitar Hero, you look at Overwatch, you look at Call of Duty. All of those games used to actually be really, really good, fun, and addicting, and nowadays, I'd argue that none of those games that I just listed in their current era are even close to what they used to be back then, years and years and years ago. And if Bobby Cosby wasn't involved with those past era of games that I just listed, then it makes sense. Now, we know what Bobby Cosby's agenda is in Call of Duty and with Activision as a whole. It doesn't matter the quality of the games, it doesn't matter what conspiracy is going on in the background with SBMM, EOMM, tweaking with people's accounts and their ping just based on how good they are, just so you can get people who are shitters to be in lobbies with people with skins to try to get the pissers to get skins themselves. You know, it's a lot of manipulative bullshit that goes on in this current era that a lot of people aren't aware of. And now that you are being made slightly aware, I just want you to understand that some of this does stem from this gentleman right here, Bobby Cosby. Now, I have a couple of awards for Bobby Cosby over here. The first one being one of the first 5 people to ever be sent to the gulag in this channel's history. Now, there's a lot of people in the gulag. There's a lot of filthy, nasty, disgusting, stupid people in there. But Bobby Cosby might be the worst person, morale-wise, in there. Right next to Hutch and Joe Seacott, of course. The other award I'd like to present him with is being the first person to ever be let out of the gulag for at least 24 hours to take his annual trip to Epstein Island. That sick motherfucker can go wreak havoc over there, not in here. And now that he's no longer with Activision and the torch is being passed on to somebody else who is hopefully not a dogshit human being, maybe, just maybe, we can see a few changes. Because we know how SBMM works nowadays. To the people who defend SBMM and call it simply a skill issue, the moment Bobby Cosby gets to his island, I'm bringing the short bus back, and you guys are gonna hop aboard the short bus because you guys are fucking stupid. Skill-based and engagement-optimized matchmaking are just one of few algorithms that exist in Call of Duty's history and in gaming history that incentivizes the purchase of bundles and microtransactions, at the cost of the casual experience. And with Bobby Cosby gone, maybe, just maybe, there is a chance that we get back to our roots where ping is king and we're not talking about skill-based matchmaking and all this other shit. It's not trending in the first 24 hours of the COD launch, and maybe we won't get Call of Duties that launch with 0 original content and then have Activision release PR statements talking about, oh, but this game was years in the making, it can't possibly be a DLC, and then your own developers go on weeks later to expose that that's not the truth. We don't like seeing nonsense here in Call of Duty, we just want to load up the game and fucking shoot. Now, is it possible that absolutely nothing changes? Of course, I mean, there exist hundreds upon hundreds of people just like Bobby Cosby who are in corporate that care about literally nothing except for money, even if it's at the cost of the consumer. Now, I don't want to get all political and all business oriented with you guys. I'm the fucking SCAD master, not the fucking logistics master, not the ethics master, but I can tell you right now, if the SCAD master, the guy who talks nothing but vile shit on the internet, is calling somebody else a vile, disgusting piece of garbage, that guy must actually be a vile, disgusting piece of garbage. Now guys, there is a chance that nothing changes from Bobby Cosby departing. Like I said, there exist many people like him, just as disgusting, just as inhumane, just as worthless as Bobby Cosby. But at least now there is a chance for something different, because we've given Bobby Cosby and Activision, and to be fair, some of these other development teams, years upon years upon years worth of chances, and they've done literally nothing with them. They've done the exact same thing, they've produced the exact same results. So Bobby Cosby, enjoy your vacation on Epstein Island, and when you're back, you're going straight into the gulag, right where you belong. You belong beneath the gulag. You are the dirt and the gum and the dog shit underneath my shoe. Thank you very much, guys. That's all the SCAD Master has to say about Bobby Cosby, and hopefully going forward, I never need to utter his dog shit name ever the fuck again. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. What are your thoughts on Bobby Cosby finally leaving Activision? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles.